for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead.
Alright, so as you can imagine, everyone has a lot of time on their hands lately, and I'm no exception. I actually had just finished this month-long project, which was my heart and soul. It was my blood, sweat, and tears commitment to get something done within a 4-week deadline, and it really bothered me because it did not come out the way I wanted it, and I ended up looking like a shit actor because I was a shit producer. I shouldn't say shit. I shouldn't be hard on myself, but at the same time, the whole point of my coming up with this clever kind of way to put an acting reel together was, undermined by the fact that it's really hard to put something like this together. And towards the end, when I had scheduled it for me to have time with my characters and, their accents and the way they move, so many other problems stuck up that I didn't anticipate. And I couldn't focus on my character. And the day of, I forgot my own lines that I wrote, and it was awful. But anyway, whole point is, real quick, I just want to say, it's so funny, this red mask I got here, we're supposed to be practicing social distancing, and I actually get more conversation starters out of it than ever before in public. Everywhere I go, someone stops me and asks me about my mask, where I got it. And the truth is, I had it in my closet from years ago. I think I got it for $1 off that Wish app. And I never used it for this other project thing. And now I got an excuse to use it. And every time I go out now, people are always staring at me, and I think it's great. So anyway, I think it's pretty funny rocking these masks. All right, so here we go. First of all, for this project I had, which you guys can see eventually, but I can't post it here because it's got copywritten music. But I'll post a link to my website, which I learned how to do too. I built a little, quick website. You can go through there and check it out. But anyway, I had this idea to make a clever acting reel that was very meta and self-aware of itself. And I really like the whole showing people one thing and they think it's something else, and then in the end they didn't realize what they were looking at. So anyway, I wrote this thing. That's one. Listen to these amount of hats I got here. I was the writer, the financier, the producer, casting agent, props manager, wardrobe motherfucker, location scout, interview. I had to interview all these certain people, like different camera people, different stunt people. Fucking being a producer, I had to sit and do emails and watch endless reels of other people's work, hopefully trying to get a job from me. And, little things like the casting agent. I had to find this fucking dog. You know how hard it is to find a dog, period, let alone a disfigured dog? It was ridiculous. I had to find the kid. Hiring kids is a whole fucking thing I had to go through. Then I had to hire this old man. And I had to hire these broads with big tits, and every broad with big tits, even though they had no lines, they wanted fucking, a ton of money. I was like, yo, sweetheart, I get it. You got titties, just be nice, take it easy on a poor fellow like myself. I can't be sitting there affording, $1,000 a nipple. It's getting ridiculous. Anyway, some of these things, obviously it's a hat and all, but at the same time, it wasn't so hard. Like location scout. It was at my apartment, and I had to get permission from our landlord to film in the garage. So that one was kind of over with, Props was a whole thing. I had to pay for a $250 wheelchair only to return it the next day. I had to pay in cash. All the other little props, like the bracelet, I had to make myself. People don't realize what it takes to put something together, And the whole point of this whole thing was it was supposed to only last under 2 minutes. 1 minute, 59 seconds was supposed to be the final timestamp. And I ended up making a short film over here, so I'm a bit annoyed about it. But listen to these hats I'm wearing. Director. I had to direct this thing. I was my own assistant director, which means I kept track of the schedule and the time and made sure everything was flowing, which was awful for me because one of my number one pet peeves in life is fucking punctuation. You need to be on time, and I hated that we were behind schedule when other people showed up. I have a whole list here of things that I wish I can't afford to do again, which means the whole thing was too rushed. 4 scenes in one day is way too much. I have day rates here instead of hourly, because I told these people that came on a certain hourly thing, and then we're going over hourly, and I was like, fuck. So now I need to tell them next time that it's day rates only. I starred in this fucking thing. I was the main actor in the whole thing, and I'm fucking embarrassed. It's the worst acting I ever did, and I wasn't able to concentrate on anything because I have all these other fucking hats I had to wear, and I'm disappointed about it. Editor. Once the whole thing was over, first of all, I went on a 4-day binge. What is it? A 4-day bender And for me and my other people, like a bender's on cocaine and alcohol and all this shit. For me, a 4-day bender's just having a piece of pizza. I was just so like, ugh. So, and I fasted for 5 days up to the day of, but I couldn't get any sleep those 2 to 3 days leading up to it. It was just way too much. Editor, I had to learn this a whole entire software. It's like learning fucking Chinese. It's like walking into a Chinese library talking about, you know, start. The software is immense. Adobe Premiere Pro. And I had to do the coloring, the colorist, sound designer, like all these little hats. I started to realize, I was like, holy shit, this is why you see these Marvel films at the end of these fucking movies. There's 10 million people because they all got one job, you know? Set designer, like admittedly, I didn't do a lot of crazy shit. You'll see in the bathroom scene, there's like blue bricks in the background. That's like, I had to buy wallpaper and put that up so the shimmer wasn't so bright for the light to bounce off of. Like, stupid shit like that I had to not even realize I was in charge of until it had revealed itself as a problem, and then I had to take care of it, you know? So that was the producing job, and just a shitload of hats. And I got a little list here of other things so those are all the hats you just heard me list out that I had to take care of, that I had labels to be responsible for. And then over here, like creating a shot list. I'm gonna have things, this is the list of mistakes I made. I created a shot list, but then I need to next time do that with specific details in mind, like for specific equipment. Because I made a shot list, and then the guy came to shoot the day of, and he was like, oh, I can't shoot that shot. And I was like, what the fuck, why not? I'm over here paying you, motherfucker. And he's like, yeah, my equipment, you know, like doesn't get that corkscrew angle, rotating up, pan to the right, zoom in shot. And I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, lesson learned. Auditions, I need to audition these fuckers, man. I was just so quick to get somebody, I just settled for anybody, because the whole point was I didn't really have any lines for most of the people, except the old man and the kid. And it's really hard to find them, and I was running out of time, so I settled. But next time I need to do kind of at least a self-tape callback kind of thing. Controlled environment, no garage, no outside. The one scene is, or the last 2 scenes are filmed in the garage, and it was just brutal with the echo, the cars coming in and out. I need to have my own controlled environments from now on. I can't rely on outside fucking shit like that. I need to make sure I see what I pay for. I paid for makeup artists, I paid for special hair shit, all this shit. Like the first scene you'll see, I'm supposed to have a blind eye on the left. You can't see shit. I got a blind contact and everything. I'm supposed to be missing a leg. You know how uncomfortable it was for me to sit in there with my leg all folded up under my ass? And it's supposed to show, but then the angles that ended up being the best takes, you couldn't even see it. Here and there you can kind of see it, but it was ridiculous. And then like the dog is like naturally camo colored. He was wearing a camo shirt. The whole point of my character was that he was kind of like a Lenny from Mice and Men kind of shit, as in like he was harming the dog because he loved the dog too much kind of thing. And he matches the dog, and like between the 2 camo shirts and the dog, you could barely almost even see the dog. It was like so fucking stupid. So yeah, and even in the tub scene, I was supposed to have my hair a certain way, but by the time we finally got to shoot it, my hair kind of fell flat, and it was behind a black towel, so you couldn't even see it. Fucking stupid shit like that really bothered me. Like, we went through all this effort for, like, bubbles in the tub and shit. You can't even see the fucking bubbles, and it was just such a waste of energy to put so much emphasis on these things, and then in the end, you don't even see it. And then, like, the third scene with the girls, I have all this, like, aged makeup on me, like wrinkles and shit. You can't even fucking see it. It's so stupid. So anyway, I have in big bold letters on my list here. Make sure I see what I fucking paid for. Less props. I don't think I need as many props next time. I think I'm just going to buy some of my own equipment and then maybe just hire people to use it or something. Like, I don't need to pay a sound guy for his little kit fees and all that shit. I also hired one person to hire other people, like his crew. I'm not going to do that again next time. I need to hire individual sound mixers, sound designers, stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, the whole fucking project was supposed to be something that was to make me stand out and something I could be happy about. And in the end, I wasn't. I was very depressed about it. But whatever, that was fucking last now. This whole coronavirus thing took over, so who the fuck knows anymore? Put a little dinger in my phase plans. This was phase 1 of a 5-phase plan across 3 years. And, you know, I honestly don't know what to say or do anymore about it, but here's the link below to my website that you can watch this stupid project that I made. To me, it was supposed to, you know, I missed a lot of shots and angles. Ugh, just stupid things, man, I messed up. But it's my first thing ever. I've never even attempted at something like this, and I accidentally made my short film. So, yeah, go check it out, and peace. Thanks for listening. Oh, yeah, by the way, I forgot. When you click on the video, make sure you click that dog's eye 3 times, okay? 3 times. I don't need you watching it in no small bullshit on your stupid cell phone or your little fucking tablet. I need it like big screen, wide screen. Okay, so make sure you click the dog's eye. 1, 2, 3, really fast. All right.